Hello, welcome to the Daily Political Tarot Readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. I am here 365 days of the year to take your 12 political questions out of the chat, or as many as I can get through in at least an hour. 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That's an ongoing thing. We have epic troll slayers who keep us safe. Thank you. We have a fantastic community because of you. And you guys are so kind to each other and kind to me. Thank you. And if you're watching this on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are there. I timestamp them as I go. You can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can listen to the whole thing or part of it back on just up the playback speed to like 1.25. Which you can do if you hit there's usually a gear or something that has settings. So, and today's nails are these lovely spring flowers. So, all right, let's do some readings. All right, getting out ye old cards. Hello. Kathy is saying, I hope Sarah's feeling better. I saw her this morning. She actually came on and talked to me for a bit, but then she's gone back to lay down. She might be able to be on camera briefly this afternoon, hopefully. But she won't be able to. I'll still be, running things. So, Ricky has, and the star of the show, the inspiration behind the David Lee Roth hit Yankee Rose, Boo Boo's and Kitty. Yes, he's a good kitty. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Sandy. Thank you, Kay. All right, let's read on the news. Let's go through the political news together. So we're not doing it all alone. And we'll get there. Sandy Miller's asking, any tornadoes near Sarah? She was okay. I guess overnight there were some in the not really full area, but nothing that bothered her. But there was some bad weather that moved through, but apparently they were just fine. So she was able to get, well, I'd say she was able to get some sleep, but she got a couple hours of sleep, which is an improvement. So, poor thing. Also, Kirsten Langston, you beautiful woman, beautiful inside and out. She came on yesterday, and we got to see her. She was I got to see the on replay this morning, and she was so kind, and she thanked me and everyone who came on for the fundraiser, but she also was thanking all of you who showed up, who contributed, and even just contributed, in the chat or encouraging others or thanking others or anything. So it went well. The whole fundraiser went well for Kirsten Langston because of you guys. So thank you. All right. We're going to start with Constance's question at 4 minutes in. Let's do the thing. And this is why we go through the news together, because it can be kind of icky. Because, let's face it, a lot of these people are jerks. So, yeah. Anne says, flower day with falling flower borders. Oh, Lucky Girl's here. Hello. All right. Constance's question is very simple. Are any lawmakers ever going to be held accountable for their actions on January 6th? It feels like nobody's going to be held accountable. So frustrating. Let's just ask. Just a straightforward question. Let's ask for a straightforward answer. Are any of these lawmakers who were involved, will they be held accountable? lawmakers. I'm getting an oh yeah, but let's see what the cards have to say. Maybe I'm just, that's what the cards are for. Try to get past some of my own feelings on the matter. And someone in the chat, someone left a comment yesterday asking, I thought readers were supposed to be unbiased. So I'm going to guess you're new around here. Thank you for your comment. And just to anybody who's thinking that, who's new around here, my feeling is this: if you can feel this energy, if you can feel the energy of Trump, the people around him, the people who support him, and if you can feel that energy and you aren't outraged, if you don't feel in your being that you need to speak out against it, I would say perhaps you need to think about what kind of person you are being in this world. Am I biased? Yeah, I think we all have our biases, but I still do readings where I get good things happening to bad people. So that happens too. So it doesn't necessarily mean all my readings, the answers are biased, but am I biased? I despise most of these fascists. No, let me take that back. I was going to say I despise most of these people, which is accurate. I despise all of these fascists. That is also accurate. Kelly B, thank you so much. Thank you. Can you ask the cards if Putin is really sick? Well, I do have 11 questions, so I could ask that for the 12th. Is Putin really sick? This is not a pay to play, just so you know. Don't think like, oh, I can't get my question answered if I don't donate, contribute. But I needed one more question, and there's that. So thank you, and thank you so much. But and in future, it's a kind of first come, first serve to some extent. So if just put your questions in before I come on. I just happen to be short one today. But thank you, Kelly. Thank you. Appreciate it. Makes a difference. All right. Let's go back to, will any of these jerks be held accountable? Okay. Sherry has to watch yesterday. Don't remember seeing Kirsten. Oh no. She had her own video. She on Third Eye Champagne on her channel. All right, MAGA. That's Mar-a-Lago. That's Trump's base of power. So he says, yes, we are fascist free here. 6 of, oh, thank you, Eileen. Thank you. 6 of Swords. That is, people should be going to prison over this, not just the flunkies. Page of Swords. My brain actually just said margarine. No, magician. Margarine. Really? Hanged Man. 9 of Cups. I wonder if the DOJ isn't still working on this January 6th stuff, because this is a suspension, or this is someone being strung up by their heels, metaphorically. And you would think, oh, does that mean the investigation against them is just permanently just suspended? But no, it ends with someone here who has all of the evidence laid out, every T crossed, I dotted, laid out just so ready to be used in court. So the flunkies, the little people, they're already facing jail time. But they weren't the leaders. They didn't instigate this. There's a lot coming. It feels like a lot coming. CC writer, Scott Perry, come on down. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Kelly. At least I'm starting to get a sense again of, because I've even though people have said Fani Willis bringing charges or indicting these other people bringing charges or indicting, I haven't been feeling it, but I'm starting to feel like, oh, wait, do I hear something in the distance? That's an improvement. But okay. Kristen from Uncover the News brought something, and I normally I don't necessarily read on this kind of stuff because the link wasn't to like a major news source. I wonder, did I'm just looking, but I'm not seeing. I was hoping there might be a better link here. Nope. Okay. I'm just going to skip this question then. I don't. I'll do three. Okay, I'll do three cards. All right, that's just the best way to do it. All right, 12:30. Oh, thank you, Kelly. Thank you. Trump. Okay, according to this one source, take it with a grain of salt. After Trump was out of office, apparently he told Mark Meadows to leak information about FBI agents like Strzok or however his name's pronounced, which would be all kinds of illegal. And that's not something that Meadows could be held accountable and Trump couldn't. I mean, it would absolutely fall on Trump. Yeah, CC Writer, ask if the allegation's true. I can't find a credible media coverage on this. I agree. So, is this true? I mean, I wouldn't hold. I wouldn't hold. It wouldn't. There's nothing that Trump could be accused of that I'd go, nah. He wouldn't do that. As long as it's cruel or just cruel, illegal, immoral, selfish, self-centered. Would I believe it if somebody accused him? It's like, you'd get the benefit of the doubt until I find out otherwise. Well, he had a lot of classified information he shouldn't have had. And anyone who thinks, no, he would never use that to harm others, you haven't been paying attention for years. Devil, 6 of Cups, 9 of Swords. All right. Well, the center, I've got us, and it's fine. So I don't know about this. I'm dubious about this one particularly. I want to hear, or if it is credible, it's got to come from. Yeah, I'm not sure about this one. However, does Trump have other major worries about classified information? Does Meadows have major worries coming up about all the garbage that came along with being Trump's chief of staff? A job he volunteered for. Yes. Bigly. Yeah, this actually feels like Meadows. really worried. This is Trump being the devil card with other people tied to him. And then there's Meadows, sleepless nights, worry. So, but in general, yeah. Oh, Dana, thank you so much. Thank you. I can't tell you what a difference your super chats and PayPal donations. I can't tell you what a difference it makes. Thank you. Laura says Michael Cohen shared the article. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah. Okay. 16. I don't want to read on individuals necessarily because why bother? But Morning Joe Scarborough was apparently thrashing the GOP grandstanding at the Merrick Garland hearing and called it the worst acting I've seen. And from what little I've seen, yeah, it was just bad. If you're wondering if that noise is in the background, somebody's snoring. So there's another article. There's an article I saw this morning about Jim Jordan and basically we're going to go after the deep state and how basically that's just falling apart, the whole thing, which is kind of what we expected. So the grandstanding, the GOP grandstanding, the fight to hold the deep state accountable. Mm-hmm. Yes, he does snore off and on. Depends how he's lying, basically. We're gonna examine this. We're gonna get to the truth. You wouldn't know the truth, Jim Jordan, if it beat you about the head. The only way you know something is true is if you are running away from it. Page of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, Page of Wands. Oh my gosh, Minor Arcana, Thief. Ooh, it ends in Judgment. But there's a Thief card right before it. This is small potatoes. This is small potatoes. They're giving, it's like the red meat to their base. This is small potatoes message. This is just theft. And then there's big judgment that comes in, and this card feels huge, but it doesn't feel, it feels like it's coming maybe even against these people. Not, this isn't them passing judgment. This is small potatoes. See if I can get any more. DNES says the GOP always has a thief card. I know, right? Well, Flower is saying, what does the GOP stand for these days? I'm saying revenge. Yeah. Yeah, Thread of Hope, we got to keep that outrage machine running. Emperor, Sword of Truth. Oh, that's going to hurt. So, how's your crusade gonna go? Two of Swords, huh? Legal decisions. This is what you're covering. Queen of Swords. Five of Cups, Devil. Oh, this is real investigations. This is what's happening in those. This is the disappointment that's happening in those fight the deep state hearings, which is they're trying to kick stuff down, but please. There's real investigation about real crimes. That's what's really going on. So that's what I'm getting for that. So, nil point. Okay. All right. Lisa Graham, ghastly old politicians. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Maggie has a good question here too. Let's say 2030. You guys bring the good questions. 2030. Is there any way that Social Security and Medicare can become permanent? I'm so sick of constantly worrying about this. Someday in the future, the Republicans will be back in, and then what? Oh gosh, hopefully I'm dead by then. No. Let's not think that way. I know what you mean, but let's think positively. Social Security and Medicare, will they become permanent, or will they always be talked about like they're on the chopping block? Security and Medicare. Older people needing help. Kelly B says, for any haters implying that Autumn is biased with their readings, it's furthest from the truth. I'm not a political person, and I too read tarot, and Trump always comes up as King of Swords reversed, a thief. Knight of Cups. Democrats are trying to keep it going. Eight of Wands, the far right especially, but they're just coming after it every chance they get. Page of Pentacles. This is just insulting. This feels like this is those Republicans, politicians who stand up there and say, well, you just should have saved more. It's like, yeah, I did save. I put money into Social Security. I paid into Social Security all the years I was working. I paid into this system. Page of Wands, Two of Swords. Stick with the Democrats. They'll find a way to make it work. These guys, I mean, just look at that. It's just the cards are, there's so little in the cards. It's all minor arcana. There's nothing, it's just empty. There's a lot of emptiness. There's very little there. But will it become permanent? It's an ongoing fight. And the Republicans hurt themselves every time they talk about it. Heck, even Trump is saying leave it alone. Stick with Democrats. They're actually fighting to help people. These guys, clueless. I'm wealthy, therefore everyone should be wealthy. I just worked hard. Yeah, you didn't have any advantages going into this. You didn't get a ton of luck. Good grief. It really annoys me. And for somebody whose health collapsed in my 20s and I was in constant pain for a good 15, 20 years, and I couldn't have that kind of career advancement, even career really starting. That happened to me. It happened to other, it's not at the playing field is not level, but they don't understand that. All right, Eileen has a question at 24:15. Eileen's been bringing good questions. Thank you. How is McCarthy feeling about all the deals he made to become speaker after he lost 14 votes? He lost the vote 14 times. Lost the vote 14 times in a row. And he just kept putting himself up there again. Hey, Speaker, honestly, I think there's part of him that just wants to be speaker for the sake of being speaker. He wants his portrait on the wall. He wants to make the money giving speeches around the country later. he wants the accolades. He wants the title. He wants all of this. He doesn't really. I mean, it's not like he really cares about what happens to the people. Not really. He cares what happens to him. And if he really cared about what happens to the people, do you really think he would have kept putting himself up there 14 times and then a 15th time and barely squeak through? Oh, the card's in the middle. Oh, McCarthy. What a maroon. What an ultra maroon. Knight of Wands. Yeah, you emboldened the far right. Although everybody's apparently getting sick of Marjorie Taylor Greene. It's not just us. Apparently on the right, they are just getting sick to death of her. Well, Knight of Swords. Devil. Yeah, I think you made some deals there. Deals with the devil. 2 cards for the middle, which is... This is a card of communication or taking the world by storm, taking the bull by the horns. But it's insult to injury. King of Wands and Tower. I get the most terrible cards for his time as speaker. Terrible. He will be seen as one of the weakest speakers in the history of the country. Yeah. Just bad. King of Wands. This is the far right, Trump and his ilk. And a big old tower. Kaboom. Down he goes. How does he feel? He's ignoring a lot of the insults and the undermining and a lot of the stuff because look at me. Look how important I am. Look. They're doing an oil painting of me. It's going to be hanging in that hallway. The speaker's hallway with all the other speakers. It's going to be hanging there for long after I'm gone. He is a petty, small man. And if he did not have all of the advantages that he has had, welcome to the patriarchy, with heavy racist overtones, Mr. Mediocrity, he wouldn't be where he is. If it really was fair, yeah. I think in the UK, the UK Parliament, he would be known as a backbencher. Yeah, I think he's back there somewhere. Susie Buckingham has a good point. Even if he leaves tomorrow, he gets the income for the rest of his life. Uh-huh. Ricky, autumn rule, 8.6 million, a number, no mentioning of MTG. Now your punishment is to pet Boo Boo's and Kitty. I'm allowed to mention her. I just said I didn't want to read on her for a while. And Kitty's sleeping, but I like your thinking. As Eddie says, McCarthy's a very shallow person, one of the bad sides of Aquarius. Yeah. And if you're ever wondering what the... oh my gosh, Amy Jones says you're supposed to inherit the money to buy a home. That's what the banks are telling people now. Really? Oh my gosh. That's awful. Makes sense, but it's awful. Man. All right, McCarthy, you're pathetic. All right, Mr. Mediocrity. Bye. All right, at 30 minutes, 30:15, Tuxedo Cat had a good question. 30. Where's Ping? No. Will the Mueller report ever be released? Hello, DOJ. Hello. Amy Jones says both my husband and I and our son got told this. Yes, Kelly B. I have also heard that Ron DeSantis got married at Disney World. Yes. But will the Mueller report ever be released? Poor Mueller. But the report, Mueller report. Wheezy Squeezebog says, it's your fault you're poor. You should have been born to rich people. You're right, because we choose who our parents are. What? Dave says, I wouldn't be able to eat for a week on what I inherited. Nine of Wands. We have waited and waited and waited and waited. Tower. Hermit. Let's see, Sword of Truth. This energy suddenly gets very positive. But this is what happened. I realized that the Mueller report was finally released during a Mercury retrograde, which is not good. So it didn't have the effect. And then Barr got in there and put his arm. Heck, he didn't put his thumb on the scale. He put his whole arm. He leaned on the scale. It's like, oh, what have we got here? Oh. But this is Sword of Truth, which is what we should have gotten before. But this is everything laid out. This is Biden's DOJ. This is horrible. And then it's like, it wasn't exactly the Sword of Truth, was it? But then it suddenly just, the energy goes. I like it. Let's hope. Lisa, everything okay with autumn? What you mean? Why do you ask, my friend? Apple says Garland has had time on the job. Do something. Yeah. Susie Buckingham says there isn't much to inherit now since we spend all our life savings taking care of ourselves. Home health, assisted living, nursing homes. Yep. Hermits. King of Cups again. Well, this is talking about this again. I've got this King of Cups. It feels like Biden's DOJ. They've got the Mueller report, and this in the center is on the right. They're trying to kick things down, so it doesn't fully resurface, and they're trying to deflect on the right, which makes it's like, why would they need to deflect and kick things down if it doesn't come out? Because it's right here. I'm getting a sense there may be a bigger deal going on at the DOJ about Trump, about January 6th, about all the things Trump did. I don't know. I'm not saying he's going to get indicted for everything he did wrong. I mean, he should have been indicted immediately for obstruction of justice when he fired Comey. I mean, hello. Could it be any more black and white? But Man. All right, I'm a little concerned he's... Okay, how close are you to the edge? All right, sweetheart, I'm going to push you back a little bit. There you go. There you go. I just want to make sure you're safe. He has rolled over and fallen off the desk. It's only happened once that I've been here for, but and he was okay. But I just worry. Cancer Moon, I worry. Says yes, they should have done something about Trump right away. Oh man. 36 minutes in, we have a question about Trump. An ex-Trump staffer apparently is genuinely afraid of a possible second term for Trump. This man loves retaliation. I don't think we need to worry about it, but will Trump get the kind of retaliation he wants? Trivia for you. Hitler trivia. Yay. When Hitler was sent to prison, you can go online and you can find pictures of how he was living when he was in prison. And if you're thinking about one of our modern cells with the hard bunks and, you know, two people and narrow and the one toilet and this kind of stark cinder block, not quite. He had a single bed, looked pretty regular. He had a desk and a chair. I think he had a bookshelf. It basically, other than the bars on the window and that were just kind of up and down, other than bars on the window, it just looked like a bedroom with a desk in, a small desk in it. And he had all kinds of the hoi polloi of Germany coming to visit him regularly. He went to that prison. He was sent there with a bunch of his buddies, and there are pictures of them together in prison in their regular clothes. And the big in German society, there was one particular woman, an older woman, who was extremely wealthy. And one of the things she did is she gifted Hitler a typewriter, because at that time, they weren't cheap. They were not cheap in Germany. And it is because of her gift of that typewriter that Hitler was able to more easily write, of course, letters, correspondence, and to write Mein Kampf. Because he was given a typewriter. Nice, big, good quality. Ricky says, was he in prison or on vacation? Yeah. Look, Storm, I was talking about Adolf Hitler, but anyway. Kelly says, I'm an expert World War II history. I am an expert World War II history, especially on Hitler. There's a picture of Hitler standing outside the prison the day he was released. He wrote a book called Mein Kampf, which means fight or war. Well, Mein Kampf is my struggle, isn't it? But you probably know more than I do. I just assume. If there is a disagreement on facts or something, I just assume I have more to learn. So So Trump and his retaliation, will he get the kind of retaliation he wants? King of Swords. Because even if he went to prison, which we know he won't, he's not going to go to any, he's never going to go to any kind of prison as you and I think of a prison. Mein Kampf, that's what I thought. Electrostorm, when was Hitler in prison? Wasn't it after he led the failed, he led a failed rebellion? Crystal Knight? Was that it? I honestly, it's been a while. I can't remember. The Sun. Six of Wands. High Priestess. Three of Wands. Six of Pentacles. No. He can't. He's got all these secrets. He was hanging out because this is the Sun card is usually a nice card. It's usually lovely. Except when it's not, and it becomes, for me, a card of bigotry and supremacist. This is a far-right victory. This is what Trump's after. This may be major arcana. It doesn't feel major arcana. Trump has a lot of secrets. And the only reason this is major arcana is because he has so many. John finds crystal knocked. Thank you. Montana Crone says that the night of broken glass, Hitler was in office. Okay. Anyway, Three of Wands, and so he's looking for another victory, and this is him having to go back to the drawing board and back to the drawing board and back to the drawing board. So will he get the kind of retaliation he wants? No. Nope. Larry Murray saying, wow, looking at Hitler's cell, excuse me, room. I know, right? It's shocking how just, Oh, thank you. Where is it? Thank you, Valerie. Crystal knocked, Night of Broken Glasses later, 1938-ish. Thank you. Thank you. Jeez. Okay. So, President Macron. You gotta love the French. 43-45. And we do, because they helped us with our revolution. We wouldn't, arguably, our revolution wouldn't have succeeded without French help. But it also absolutely demolished their economy, which led quite a bit, added quite a bit to the French Revolution happening. Okay. Thyself be true. Thank you so much. The PayPal link, I get more of the money if it goes through the PayPal link, but the super chats are really good because it helps YouTube know that they promote my channel more. But I'm kind of paying for that, but it's worth paying for. It's just where we are. All right. Make this 45 minutes in. President of France, Macron. wants to have Notre Dame Cathedral ready for the Olympics, being held in Paris, July 26th through August 11th. Will it be ready? Whew, man, it was heartbreaking watching Notre Dame go up in flames. Wow. Kathy Dalla says, who doesn't like bread, cheese, champagne, cigarettes? Oh, wait. I wanted to try the cigarettes that one of my favorite singers smoked when I was 18. Yeah, so it's like, okay, I want to try this. And I was fortunate enough to be in Paris, and I went into one of the shops, and yeah, apparently I mispronounced it. Oh, he was mad. Yeah, je voudrais Gueton. Jeton. Okay. Filt ou pas filt? Filt. Jeez. Guy. That was mean. Who was a singer? David Sylvian. And if you've never heard David Sylvian's song Orpheus, I highly recommend it. Man, that guy had a voice. But the cigarettes caught up with him. But anyway, Cat Shepherd said, "Yep, that's Paris." Mm-hmm. I never, even when I smoked, I didn't. It made me cough, so I didn't really. But I wanted to try it. They were brutal. Seriously, they're just brutal cigarettes. Whew. It blow your head off. So, yeah, I was really a good smoker. Anyway, wasn't he in the Pet Shop Boys? No. Oh, two members of Pet Shop Boys. Oh, I used to know their names. I've seen them. I saw them in concert in the around 91, 92, something like that. Pet Shop Boys. But and I've seen David Sylvian in concert. That was amazing. Galois. Dr. Nancy says the French don't tolerate me speaking their language. I noticed. Yeah. Yoy. I know, Holly. Not all of France is like Paris. I know. Okay. Sorry. Where was I? Notre Dame Cathedral. 40. I'll say 49. Will it be ready in time? This is just sad. Will thyself be true? Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thyself. Notre Dame. It's a big flippin' deal. Oh my gosh, all the details that were inside that building from the centuries will they have a solid roof? My understanding is they at least have got a roof on it now. Am I right in that? Please correct me. How's Ricky, David Sylvian kind of looks like Nick Rhodes from Duran Duran. These are fighting words because there's a very good argument to be made that Duran Duran stole their look from David Sylvian and Japan, which was the name of the band he was in before he went solo. That look, totally stolen from David. Nick stole it from David. And if you don't believe me, you can go look in the English press for the time, who were like, anyway, those fighting words. I'm kidding. All right. Oh no, thyself be true. Thank you. Full. Holly friends, yes. Okay, they've got the roof on, so there's that. Beyond that, they can get the basics. They can make it a building that you can walk through, but it's all of the details that you take for granted when you walk in. It's all of the. Ricky says, "Well, that explains it. Sorry, I'm an early Duran Duran fan. Oh, so am I. I love their first album. Awesome." But Big Staff says, "You are correct. Autumn Japan was first and best." I will listen to original Japan from the late 70s when it was all the glam thing. I'm not picky. Hello, Oma Sheila the Quilter. Thank you so much. Dr. Storm, are they getting ready for the Summer Olympics? Very much so. Yep. Frida Smet said, it'll be better than ever. They're cleaning the windows now. Oh, awesome. Is it going to be everything they want? No. For those who the scholars who would come for the, I don't know, I'm just getting the word details. I know it's not just details, it's the history, it's the all of that. It's going to take time. It's going to take money, it's going to take time. Some things obviously are lost forever, but they can recreate a bunch of stuff too. So Diane said, I've watched a program that showed all they have done. It was amazing. I believe it. I believe it. Yep. Big Steph says, college radio DJ in my young days. Awesome. Dave says, I like all music. And Dave was saying it's 7 in the Ragged Tiger for me. Kelly B. Thank you again. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Trump and Hitler have so much in common. Before the war, Hitler had his own newspaper, flag, famous. He was a famous author and raided a historic building and had his own cult following. Scary. Well, newspaper, he had his TV show, flag. What about a flag? But he has the hats. Author, yep. Raided historic building, Congress. Had a cult following, certainly. Yeah. Anne says it took over 100 years to build it in the first place. Yeah. And obviously they can do that faster now to get the basics up. But like I said, I just keep thinking the word details. Like this historical thing here, and this, and that was laid here, and this was here, and that was, and this means this, and that refers to the, and that refers to the. Yeah. Oh, Ella Fitzgerald, Jolie saying Ella Fitzgerald had some pipes. Oh yeah. I love her rendition of How High the Moon. Oh, it's so good. So good. And her she didn't she win an award? Was it I don't know if they had Grammys back then, but didn't she win an award for her she was singing Mac the Knife, and she got discombobulated and forgot the words where she was, so she started just improvising, and it was so good, and she won an award for it. Oh, Trump flags around here. That's right. Thank you, Amy. Thank you. I'd forgotten. Oh, wow. Holly says, I was fortunate to have seen Ella Fitzgerald live in a fairly small venue in San Francisco. That's amazing. That's amazing. Tim says, I like Kiss and space age music. Very cool. Somebody said they like jazz, but I can't remember. Was it Jolie? Anyway. Valerie says, life in a modern town always gave me the best vibes. Oh, the song from the 80s. It's a great song. By, it's gonna bug me. Who did that? I can see the video. I can't remember the name of the band. Oh. Thank you, Marby. Thank you. Okay. Okay. I've got 3 questions left. Let's nip through these. 57 minutes in. Will Russia collapse? Apparently, Russia's collapse is now considered plausible by Putin. Really? Let's see. Dream Academy. Thank you, Tracy. Graber? Dream Academy. Thank you. They did Life in a Northern Town. Thank you. And Melissa, thank you. Amy Jones likes pentatonics right now. Sorry. Tripping over words. Now I'm a sucker for good voice, speaking voice, singing voice, and it doesn't even have to be necessarily the strongest voice. It's just the right timbre, and I'll get goosebumps. ASMR doesn't do a thing for me, but you get people hitting high notes, and you get certain voices going, and I absolutely get tingles all over. So, will Russia collapse? Oh, Dasher, really? Will Russia collapse? Man, those people. Oh yeah, Tracy. Saying she got into Kate Bush in the 80s. Yes. Oh my gosh. Just close that. Oh, Kelly B. Thank you. Oh yeah, I forgot to add all the speeches they have in common too, sadly. Now, when you research and compare the two, Hitler and Trump, they have a lot in common. It's kind of terrifying. Yes. But they just... I think Trump's life was cushy. I think he's lazier than Adolf. He's not willing to put in the work. Thank God. Lovers, Russia. Their economies. You don't need me to tell you. The economy's not good. Queen of Swords, 9 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, Queen of Cups, Seven of Cups. Military. The people at home, while their military is conducting a war, the oligarchs sitting pretty. There are so many good people in Russia. There really are. Decent people. Just living their life. Don't like Putin. Don't want anything to do with the war. I'm not getting collapse here, other than there's some kind of it's almost like Ukraine improving and them lying about it or something. Page of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Four of Swords. Their economy is going to be hurting for a long time. This much, the cash getting bigger, and someone looking down, kind of staring at it. This is horrible inflation. Economy quiet as a tomb. I'm not getting a collapse necessarily, but I'm getting bad with extra bad on top. So Janelle, down to their last ruble. Exactly. And it might be, maybe an unpopular opinion. It's just me, but I've never been a Rolling Stones person. Beatles, great. Rolling Stones, it's just not for me. But that doesn't mean it's bad. They're just because a piece of art or an artist's work, that you don't like it, doesn't mean it's bad. It means it's just not for you. But there are other things going on that will make you happy. So focus on those. Ay. Okay. Oh my gosh, Carolyn saying, my father played trumpet with Louis Armstrong. I have an autographed photo. That's amazing. That wow. Hard to even wrap your head around how what a joy that must have been. Wow. Kathy Delisle, like After the Gold Rush by Dolly Parton. Oh yeah. Emmylou Harrison, Linda Ronstadt. Why not? Absolutely. Oh, someone's saying, I love this. Montana Crone says, I love the Stones. It was my time. And that's awesome. Please do not think I'm knocking anybody. No. Sorry, I'm talking, but we're having a good time. We're just chatting. Is Putin really sick? What? Hello, Froxy Roxy. Thank you, Azalea. Is Putin really sick? Valerie says, my great uncle Richard played for Tommy Dorsey. Oh, wow. Ricky says the only singer I met was Lita Ford. Oh, wow. Is Putin really sick? Yes. Yes. Yeah. Page of Pentacles. Hanged Man. Hierophant. Fool. Queen of Wands. he's hiding it. He's hiding it. This is the institution. And he's putting himself out there. But his health is failing. This is not good. And this here, that feels like the people he's leaving in charge when he goes. I hope he doesn't pull a Lenin. I hope they don't like embalm him or something and put him on display. Ew. Wow, Montana Crone, I saw Elvis live. You'd have to be there to appreciate his charisma. I hadn't been a fan. Just fell into a ticket. I love lots of musical styles. I bet that was amazing. Wow. You guys have just so much. You dealt with so many great people, and people in your family dealt with so many great people. So. Yeah, Kathy Delisle, when you live in a jungle, you hide your weaknesses. Exactly. And Ricky would like to know about the week ahead at 1:06:30. Week ahead. Well, I'm starting work today on your astrology forecast for the week, which will come out on Sunday. It takes a lot more time to do than you would think because of all the graphics and everything. Making sure I got all the details right. And that's when I don't have to completely redo the layout. I've done 5 of them so far. Next week, Saturn is changing signs. So, all right, the week ahead. It's Friday, so next week. How's next week going to be? Temperance. It feels like getting through the energy changes this month. It isn't that it's going to be catastrophic. It's that it's going to be change. Big change. Saturn's changing sign. Mars is changing sign. Pluto's changing sign. I think it was... Who was saying it's basically all but like 3 of the planets are going to change signs or something over the next month, something like that. I'll have to double check that. But just stay calm. Just kind of just let it wash over you and move on and be like, okay, now we're here. So 3 of Cups, 7 of Cups, Lovers, Tower, Wheel of Fortune. So there's a lot more energy moving than I was thinking would be here, actually. So this is a celebration, but this is happiness, celebration, but there's stuff we don't know. And I have to wonder if, because the Lover's card usually for me is the cult of Trump and cultists, and a Tower and a Wheel of Fortune means, oh, things are about to change. 3 major arcana in a row. That's what it's telling me. So there's definitely change coming next week. So, okay. I will keep an eye on things. If something happens, I will be on in the evenings. If something big enough happens, I will come on an extra time or whatever is needed. Frida Smet says silence before the storm. I really think that's kind of what we've been dealing with for the last couple of weeks. I think it's been as hard as everything's been, because it seems like everybody I know is getting sick, or the computer dying, or it's just all this, the energy disruption is just disrupting the status quo as things are shifting. But we're going to get through it. Okay. So it is 1:31 p.m. here in Chicago. That's going to do it for me for today. In 2 hours, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel here on YouTube. Bring your creative projects, can be absolutely anything. We just focus on our projects and then just try to encourage each other during the breaks. I'm not trying to sell you anything. Last I heard, Lori from the Way of Positive Change has some openings. Some openings have come up. So if you would like a personal reading, since I don't offer them, Lori at the Way of Positive Change, she has some openings. And if she's full up, check out Jen Lynn at Jen Lynn Tarot. Both excellent readers. So there's that. All right. Thank you. Thank you for being here and all your great discussions and everything. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. You're not alone. We are in this together, and there are good days ahead. There are. All right. It'll just be change over the next month, but that doesn't mean it has to be bad. Okay. So take care, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.